to another episode of Meet KNWT. I'm your host, Tristynn Clark, and today I'm joined here with Porter Williams. How you doing today, Porter?
Great, how are you doing, Tristynn?
I'm doing pretty good. You ready to get started?
Oh, I am very excited.
So Porter, can you tell me what show you're on and how many semesters you've been in KNWT?
Of course, right now I am the producer of Sulfur Saloons, and I have been here in KNWT for about 5 semesters.
Since being a producer in KNWT, you've produced 2 vastly different shows. So what inspired you to make that change?
Going towards the end of filming Nerd Central, I loved it, but I felt like I was carrying on a legacy, and I was like, this is great, but I want to strike out on my own and make something totally unique to me. So I was talking to a couple of friends, and Tyrell put the idea in my head. It's like, hey, you love D&D, you've been talking about it, we've got the resources, why not just make that a reality? And from there, it was a done deal. I wanted to make it so bad. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do now.
So what's the main difference between producing Nerd Central and Sulfur Saloons?
Definitely a huge difference is just filming. With Nerd Central, it was a weekly filming where we would go into the studio, record news, and a game show or the talk show, depending on the season. With Sulfur Saloons, it's different because instead of going in weekly, we'll try to get as much footage as we can per recording session. So it's we'll record episodes for 1, 2, and 3, and then another one would have been 4, 5, and 6, and then we use that time to make highly produced post edits of the show.
So can you tell me a little bit about behind the scenes of Sulfur Saloons?
So I'll be in Wells for the day, and I'll set up our TV table. That's where the map is. That's where eventually our battle maps will be, and then eventually around 4 to 5, the talent will come in. By that time, we'll have set up the rest, the tables and everything, the lights, and then from there we'll get our talent mic'd up, and then from there really just testing cameras, and then it's shoot time.
So what do you enjoy the most about being in KWT?
I would say probably just the ability to create what you want. Just the idea that hey, it's I have this idea, and if you're driven enough to get it done, even if it's if you don't meet exactly what your vision is, by the end of the day, you've created something on your own that you can be proud of, and you should be proud of it. Even if it didn't go fully the way you wanted to, it's your creation. So it's you should be proud of that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Porter, for sitting down with me this week.
Of course, I'm happy to be here.
Join us next Friday for another episode of Meet KNWT. See you then.